Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to some more Ikoria Limited. We'll be doing another draft today. Like I said, still enjoying Ikoria Limited more than constructed formats, which is abnormal to say the least for me. But there is a ban announcement coming where they're planning to ban stuff in Vintage, Legacy, and Brawl. And unfortunately not Modern. So, sometimes it sucks. Alright, so pack 1, we get a Titan's Nest, which isn't really a card I'm too keen on playing. Porky Parrot's a very good card. Very good in the Mutate deck. Rooting Moloch is good in the Cycling deck. And Rumbling Rock Slide is a very good removal spell. I think I'm going to take the Porky Parrot. Mainly because I have quests for green, blue, and red cards. And green, blue, and red happen to be the colors that mutates in the most. So this lends itself most to that deck. Alright. Let's see, in this pack, we have a Dreamtail Heron, we have Primal Empathy, both of which are very good. There's a Majestic Auricorn as well. It's kind of on the fringe. But I think I'm going to take a Dreamtail Heron. Drawing cards every time you mutate is very powerful. Alright. I think we take an Essence Symbiote here. It's the thing that is most in the strategy we want to be doing. Unfortunately, passing a bunch of black and white cards, which tells me that I should probably be playing that if it's open, especially with Bastion of Remembrance being such a powerful card, but let's just force mutate. Alrighty, Migratory Greathorn is excellent here, as it provides fixing as well as mutate triggers. Alright, we do want at least one cocoon in this deck if we can afford to pick it up. I don't know if that's worth passing these three cards. You know what? We're forcing mutate. We're going all in. I don't want to splash white for it though, and I don't think having a mutate card that I can't cast the front half of is a good idea. So I'm going to take Adventurous Impulse. Once again, one of the most powerful effects you can have in a green deck. Would I rather take the 3/3 with Trample for 3, or the Auricorn? I guess we could also take Shredded Sails. I'm going to take the Auricorn, but I don't think I'm going to play white. The actual pick I was really considering was Aegis Turtle, because if we can get any of the Parcel Beasts, having a 1-drop that you can mutate on skyrockets the value of such a creature, but we do not have one yet. I will take Migration Path. I like having lots of lands, and the cycling on a explosive vegetation is very powerful. Okay, we could take Wingfold Pterodon. We could also take Keep Safe, but I think for the reason I specified earlier, I'm actually going to take an Aegis Turtle. I think that's actually one of my bigger problems when I've been drafting mutate decks, is I'm not drafting enough low drops to mutate onto. I'm just drafting all the big Kano See Splashy Effect, Kano Take. We'll take Fertilid. I think Fully Grown is better than the Keep Safe. I think it's better to be proactive than reactive in the mutate deck. I will take another Aegis Turtle. I may not be playing both. Bristling Boar is an okay pickup. Convolute for the sideboard in case we need a playable. And a Sudden Spinnerets. Alright, pack 2. Ooh, there is an extinction event in this pack. And that is a very powerful effect, but I think I'm going to take Glowstone Recluse. Getting this many 1/1 counters on a mutate creature is kind of absurd. I think Trumpeting Gnar is probably the pick here. I'm kind of sad that we're not taking white mutates, because Vulpikeet is pretty good, and we already passed one, but we'll take the Gnar. Ooh. I might be splashing. I don't think we have anything with Vigilance on it, but the card's kind of nuts. Like, win the game nuts. So keep an eye out for the other cards with Vigilance, he's about to say, as he finds one. Take a Honey Mammoth. Yeah, I'll take another Giraffid. We are basically playing mono green splash a couple of colors. If I'm splashing for the Felidar, it's not that far off to play the Auricorn because they're about at the same spot on the curve. But I don't want too many white cards. We do have Fertilid, Migration Path, and the... oh, what is it called? Migratory Greathorn to help us get our basic lands of color, and to a lesser extent, Adventurous Impulse. Bloodfell Caves is not fixing for us. Skybonder is not really what we want to be doing. I'm going to take Death's Oasis because there's no pick here that I need, and that might at least get me 20 gems if I have it, and it's another rare that I don't have if I don't. Goriak is a fine addition. Synergizes with Felidar as well as all of our mutate cards. Rugged Highlands is on color fixing, helps us splash our Porcupine at this point. I guess I'll take the Vulpikeet. We'll see. We might be playing white instead of red. I'll take another Honey Mammoth. Always good as a great curve topper. Keep Safe into the side. Pyroceratops into the side. Frenzied Raptor into the side. And Blitzleech into the side. Okay. So in this pack, we have the green-white Vigilance guy, the Flying Lord, although we only have like one flying creature. We have a green and white Tri-land. I think the pick is between the Heedbonder and the Tri-land, and I think the Heedbonder is better for our deck. Specifically because, even by itself, just gaining 1 life a turn, if your opponent starts dirtling, can put you far enough ahead on life that you can draw into your big heavy threats as green. There is a Lutri in this pack, as well as a Vigilance Mentor, which I am very tempted to take. I think out of this pack I want the Mentor, the Sands, or the Farfinder the most. So we have 23 playable cards. I'm going to take the Mentor, only because we've kind of transitioned here a little bit. Unfortunately, I am not deep enough into red to splash an Ultimatum, although I love doing that. I'm going to take the Tranquil Cove. Remember, if you have enough cards to make a playable deck, unless you see a card that like makes your deck absurdly good, pick Fixing if it's offered. It's usually better. Okay, here we have the option of Vulpikeet or Thieving Otter, and I think I'm going to take the Vulpikeet. I think at this point I'm just going to drop red. Because, like, curving Essence Symbiote into Vulpikeet is very powerful. curving like Mysterious Egg into anything into Vulpikeet is also good. Like, it's too bad we haven't found a Poliwag symbiote. We could take a Humble Naturalist. Would help us splash for our creatures. I could take Slitherwisp, as I think it's just another rare I don't have enough of. And I already have a full deck, like, and there's no fixing in this pack. So I think I am going to take that. I don't think I'm going to need the fixing from the Naturalist. In fact, we might be dropping the Aegis Turtles and then just running, like, Splashing Blue for a Dreamtail Heron and Trumpeting Gnar. Which Trumpeting Gnar we can mutate even without blue, so, like, it seems pretty good. Okay, I will take the Naturalist this time around. We don't have a lot of things with Trample. Otherwise, I would consider the Trample Lord guy. Okay, this is difficult. On color fixing or Essence Symbiote, and we have another Vulpikeet. I think I gotta take the fixing. Yeah. How many things do we have with Mutate 3? Not that many. Yeah, it's better to just take the fixing, I think. I would take another egg at this point. Song of Creation. I don't think I can play that in Limited. Mosscoat Goriak. You know what? I'm going to take it. Probably just for the gems. Ooh, another Cocoon. I will play another Cocoon. Probably go down to one turtle. Because these are of roughly equivalent value in our deck. It's just Mothra's Great Cocoon is easier to cast and will likely provide more value over time than Aegis Turtle will. Aegis Turtle's good if we need to block early, but like other than that, I think the Cocoon's actually better for us. Especially because we're not that heavy blue at all. Fixing for sure. I will take Adventurous Impulse. Plummet is excellent in the sideboard. I don't think it matters. And probably not playing a third, because we're not playing the second. Lurking Deadeye as the Force. Sweet. We get 80 gems for 4 rares we already had. Okay, so we gotta cut 3 cards. We have 22 creatures, 4 non-creatures, so we probably stand to cut some creatures. I'm gonna cut the turtle. That makes the blue splash way more palatable. I think I'm gonna cut the boar as well, because I don't want to cut any more like low drops in the deck. And we curve out at basically curve out at 4 with like 1 5 or 2 5s and 1 6, because all of these are going to be like mutated. So I'm going to cut a forest because we have so many. We have enough fixing, I think. All right, let's do this. Bant mutate this time. All right, we will keep this hand. Opponent mulligan to 6, and they are at least playing black. We'll start a forest. Pass the turn. I think because we have all of our mana, I think I'm going to cycle Migration Path. I don't think we're going to need it per se. Well, maybe we will. I don't know. I'll see what my opponent does on their turn here. If they end up playing another creature, I'll probably keep it in hand, because I'll want to ramp to Honey Mammoth. Yep, okay. Opponent plays a Night Squad Commando. We pass to our turn. We will play an island, play our Heedbonder, pass the turn and gain 1 life. Opponent plays a mountain. Blood Curdle to kill the Heat Bonder. Gets in for 5. We draw a Majestic Auricorn. So we Migration Path. We're going to get 2 forests. Pass the turn. Okay. Opponent gets in for 5. Plays a land. Plays a Rooting Moloch. They're going to get to use their Hand Disruption spell. That's kind of annoying. Start the Parade of Elephants. And regain some of our life back. Opponent is likely going to try and pick our hand apart, and if they do, I think they take one of these 2 cards. If I were them, I think I would take the Auricorn, because there's a chance that we could start to, like, get a bunch of beasts by getting Mutate triggers and gaining a bunch of life at the same time. But they could take the Honey Mammoth for just ease of casting and the fact that it's an immediate threat they're going to have to deal with. It kind of depends on what other removal they might have in their deck and in their hand. Ah, not what I expected. We could mutate and give that Vigilance. Hi, buddy. Thanks for joining me. Alright, we're just going to play a Honey Mammoth and pass. This way, next turn, we can give both of our Mammoths Vigilance, which is going to be kind of problematic for our opponent. We'll just go chew on it. There's nowhere for me to throw it in here. It's a small room. Opponent's going to attack for 1. They probably have a Lurking Deadeye. Or they were trying to turn on Raid for Night Squad Commando. I think Raid's the name of that mechanic, if a creature attacked this turn. Okay, well, whatever the situation, they do not have Lurking Deadeye now. So let's mutate the Auricorn onto our Honey Mammoth, putting it underneath, gaining some life. We're going to hold up this combat trick while we get in for 6. Or as our opponent could double or triple or quadra block or something here. Well, alright then. I said double, triple, or quadra. I did not expect the quinta block. Alright, so let's... We can do up to 9 points of damage with our combat trick. So, we can kill that, this, and this. I think that's best. Alright. Well, we took out most of our opponent's board, and we're back to almost 20 life, so I'd say we're sitting pretty here. Ooh, Rumbling Rock Slide. Not what I was hoping for. When it gets in for 4, play a Cocoon, mutate the bird, put it over, draw a card. It's a Great Horn. Alright. Ouch, okay. Well, we've used the majority of our life gain. Start off with Adventurous Impulse. Take the Goriac. Play the Goriac. Mutate the Great Horn. Put this over. We'll get another Plains. Does our opponent have more removal? Okay. That's like pseudo removal. Because they could give that Menace and Death Touch, and then we have kind of a problem. Yep, Menace and Death Touch. Give the Great Horn Vigilance. If we attack with it, they can just block and kill it, as well as keep their Menace guy back, so we're going to wait. Man, double Rumbling Rock Slide. Most of that off the top, because they had like 1 card in hand, too. A Coil Bug for our opponent. And they're going to mutate Necropanther in order to get Night Squad Commando, of course. And we're starting to brick. I actually think that's a game for us. Oh, drat. So we block here. That's 3, 6, 10. If we block there, it's 8. That's the best we can do. Yeah, alright. Yeah, they got us. Oh, we were this close to stabilizing. Just like tiny little... Alright. I don't think there's any adjustments we make. Well, we could actually bring in the turtles. It is something I said we could do if we needed to block early. Question is, what would we cut for them? I think I would cut a giraffe head for a turtle. It makes our top decks a lot worse, but potentially our opener gets a little better. Alright, we'd like to play first. This is not a hand we can keep. This, however, is much better. We will keep this. We'll put back Honey Mammoth. Start Forest, Cocoon, and go. Any untapped land gets us to alert Heedbonder. But before that, we can at least play the Symbiote. We're really looking for that untapped land. There it is. So we're going to get in for 2. I think we play Fertilid, actually. Considering our opponent has put no pressure on the board yet. Them cycling that early is kind of good news for us, I think. We get an Adventurous Impulse. We'll take a Forest. Play the Forest. Go to combat. Attack for 4. And play a Heedbonder. Pass the turn, gain a life. We haven't dropped a mana yet. Opponent plays a Mountain. Rock Slide number 1. Sure, you got it. So we can mutate Glowstone Recluse and just make this like a land factory. Or like turn the... I think we just turned the Great Cocoon into a relevant creature. Put this over the top. Get a whole bunch of 1/1 counters. Nice. Opponent cycles a Memory Leak. Plays a land. Takes a look at our hand. Gets a little more information for game 3. And concedes. Fair enough. We'll just run it back. Hopefully we have another start like that. Holy crap. There's a 1, a 2, a 3, into a 1 and a 3, and then had a 4 ready to go. Like, and our opponent cycled 1 card during the actual game portion and played 1 removal spell and then lost. So, it looks like they had a really good start game 1, and then we had a really good start game 2. So let's see what happens for game 3. Alright, I think this looks like a great hand. I will keep. We have all of our colors of mana. We have a decent start. Play Forest and the Cocoon. Opponent cycles a Memory Leak. Plays an Evolving Wilds. We draw Plains. So, play Tranquil Cove. Pass the turn, no attacks. Next turn we have the option of Goriak, Heedbonder, Vulpikeet, or Fertilid. I mean, we could technically cast the turtle too, but I don't know that we would. Auricorn. I'm going to play the Heedbonder. I'm going to play the Goriak, actually. No attacks. Alright, opponent Blood Curdles the Goriak. Gets in for 3. We're going to play the Heedbonder. No attacks. Kind of hoping they keep blowing whatever removal spells they have, because then we can play our other ones with our other creatures with reckless abandon. I do not want to attack into that. I want to play Fertilid. Okay, opponent plays a Coil Bug. We'll play an Aegis Turtle. I'm not going to play a Humble Naturalist because I intend to use Fertilid's ability here to get another green source. Opponent has a Rumbling Rockslide. No, put that away, it's sharp. Kills the Heed Bonder. This now has Double Strike. Stop. Okay. We are going to... Oh, it has Menace. Right. It does have Menace. Okay, in that case, we're actually just going to take 6. Okay, we will activate Fertilid, targeting ourselves. Getting a Forest. We untap, we find a Migration Path. I think what we do is mutate here, put this over, gain a bunch of life, and attack our opponent for 5. Okay, opponent chumps with the Coil Bug. Okay, opponent memory leaks. Kind of a tough choice for our opponent. Okay, so our opponent looks like they might have a whole bunch of removal held up. I think we're going to just Migration Path here, because that opens us up to casting potentially multiple things next turn. We'll get a Plains and a Forest. I'm not going to attack into that. I have to check one thing because I think I hear the cat misbehaving. I will be right back. Alright. Our opponent is attacking. We are not going to block. We'll just take the 6. Opponent has a Night Squad Commando and a Durable Coil Bug. Okay, so now unless they have a Mythos of Nethroi, they do not have a creature that can answer our Majestic Auricorn, so let's go tall. Put this underneath, gain a bunch of life, make that really huge. Put this underneath, gain a bunch of life, make that really huge, put that away. That's not a throw toy, that's a chew toy. Okay, and we'll attack in the air for 10. Which our opponent actually cannot rock slide. And our opponent scoops it up, leaving us with victory in round 1. Porter, go chew on it or I'm taking it away. Go lay down. This dog. I love him so much, but sometimes he drives me nuts. But look at that face. That's an I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't mean to upset you face. Alright, I'll be keeping this. This is an excellent proactive hand. We technically have a 1, a 2, and a 3 if we'd like. Otherwise, if we draw a 4th land along the way, we can Migration Path directly into our 6, which is good. Probably going to do that considering that we do have a 5 now that we drew. This creature. Now he's rubbing it back and forth across a hard mat that my chair is sitting on. I think he's trying to make. I think he's actually acting out trying to make noise because I scolded him. Yeah, that's fine. You can have a Magistrate. It's just a 1/3. We're not casting anything from the grave. We aren't no Bracos deck. So let's Vulpikeet. Putting it over. Make it big. Attack for 4. Opponent plays a Plains. Has a Pacifism. That's fine. Plays a Maned Serval. We draw a Forest. So let's Migration Path. Get a Forest and a Plains. Pass the turn. Play a Plains. Play the Honey Mammoth. Pass the turn. Opponent Dire Tactics to take out the Mammoth. But they're almost out of cards, and we are not. Ooh, we get another Cocoon. So play the Cocoon. Mutate the bird onto the Cocoon. Putting it over. Give it a 1/1 counter and draw a card. We draw a Heat Bonder, which Auto Tapper was nice enough to leave us with the correct mana to play. Pass the turn, gain a life. Problem is these black-white decks tend to have a lot of very hard removal. So I'm worried that they're going to be able to answer this board. Okay, we draw a Symbiote. Let's go to combat. Attack for 4 in the air. Opponent takes it. We will play an Essence Symbiote and a Flycatcher Giraffid with Vigilance. Pass the turn, gaining 2 life this time. Opponent plays a Serrated Scorpion. Gets in for 3, we take it. We untap. We draw a Keen Sight Mentor. So we'll play that, give Dreamtail Heron Vigilance, and attack for 4 in the air. Gain 3 life, pass the turn. Then we're just going to start making our board big. And opponent scoops it up, they can't keep up with that value. All right, game 2 commencing. I don't think this is a hand we can keep. I think we actually have to mulligan this hand. This hand's not much better. All right, I can work with this. So we'll put back Fully Grown, and we'll put back Blossoming Sands. Opponent starts Plains. We start Cocoon. It's very weird, like, impact it made. Opponent gains a life off of Scoured Barrens, and we'll play Humble Naturalist. Pass the turn. No attacks. We're not going to swing 0. We don't want to be sending that message today. Opponent plays a Swamp. Plays Necropanther. Okay, Adventurous Impulse is good. If we hit a land, we can still play Goriak, so I'm going to do that. Play the land, play Goriak. No attacks, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Swamp. Attacks for 3. No blocks. We'll just take the 3. Okay, we draw a Majestic Auricorn. We will mutate onto Mothra's Great Cocoon. We put it over. Gain some life, put a 1/1 counter on it. Attack for 7, Vigilance. Okay, opponent takes it, goes to 14. Plays a Plains. No attacks. Oh, I wish we could cast this. I think we have to cycle it, though. because we need to hit something. And that is not something, so we're going to pass. Our opponent is very clearly telegraphing a Divine Arrow, so we do not want to get into a situation where that is really going to hurt. Okay. Mutate onto the Auricorn, gain more life, make this bigger. So now they have to have a Blood Curdle or 2 Divine Arrows. Attack for 7 in the air. Okay. Opponent has to answer that with a Pacifism or a Blood Curdle, I think, this turn, or they lose. And they scoop it up. We got there. If you want pets and love, I can give you that. I just can't throw a heavy toy in this tiny office. I'll put a hole in the wall if I did. Alright, we completed one of our big quests. Alright, round 3. I think I will risk it and keep this hand. I'm going to kind of rely on Adventurous Impulse here, but our opponent did mulligan. Mulliganed again. They do have a Jin-Gotha, so they're really mulliganing. They're undoing one of their mulligans with that. So we'll start Impulse. We will take a land. Actually, should we take the land? I actually think we take the Recluse. Because any land gets us to that Recluse. Hopefully we draw planes. Opponent starts Flourishing Fox. Okay, we draw Migration Path. I'm just going to go ahead and cycle that right now. Tranquil Cove. Okay. So we're going to start a little slower than I'd like. But we're doing it for the greed. Play Tranquil Cove, pass the turn. Opponent gets in for 2. Play the Glowstone Recluse. Okay. If we draw land, we'll be mutating this Dreamtail Heron. I think our opponent is playing with a Divine Arrow again, so I'm not going to block that. Alright, it's a Night Squad Commando. Okay. So let's... We're going to start with the Auricorn, now that we've lost that much life. We're putting this over. This way it has Vigilance, so we technically could block. And if we block a 1/1, we are getting around Divine Arrow. If our opponent wants to spend all of their mana every turn tapping it down, we can at least Dreamtail Heron as well to start like drawing cards. If they, I do not think they can tap it offensively. I think they have to tap it on our turn. Yep. Okay. So if we mutate, they just tap it. I think we play the Giraffe and give it Vigilance. You're fine. Yep, opponent taps the Auricorn, that's fine. So our opponent plays Jin-Gotha. We draw an island. They did tap out. So let's make the Auricorn huge. Put that underneath. Gain a bunch of life. Attack like this. If our opponent doesn't block, they die. Okay. Kill Jin-Gotha, deal a bunch of damage in the air. And next turn, our opponent has to have either removal for both of our creatures or tap and removal, because we can Dreamtail Heron onto Flycatcher Giraffe. Oh no, that's not lethal, never mind. Okay, we draw a Vulpikeet. So let's mutate like this. Alright, opponent has seen enough. Moving on to game 2. No changes, I think. Our Alright, I think this is an excellent start. I will keep. Opponent starts Plains into a Flourishing Fox. Okay, we draw another tap land, so we have to start with a tap land, I think. Opponent plays a swamp, gets in for 1, that's fine. A Valiant Rescuer for our opponent. We draw a Ikoria. We'll play a Humble Naturalist and pass the turn. Opponent plays third land, gets in for 3. Actually, I think that's a really tempting trade. I'm going to do it. See if my opponent has the Divine Arrow. They do. Okay. We take 1. So, we'll play Plains and Ikoria. Pre-combat plays a creature. Alright, let's play Frondland Felidar. One of the most oppressive cards in Limited, because this card is basically opposition in a Limited deck. I mean, it doesn't tap lands, but like tapping your opponent's creatures is, I think, almost more absurd in Limited. Okay, we're going to play a Thornwood Falls. And a Mothra's Great Cocoon. And then we're just going to pass. No attacks. At our opponent's end step, we will start tapping stuff down. Actually, at their attackers. We'll tap here. Then we'll tap here. Okay, we untap, we get a Keen Sight Mentor, which is really good. So we'll play Blossoming Sands. Play Dreamtail Heron. Onto Mothra's Cocoon, put it over. Draw a card, get a 1/1 counter. Get a Trumpeting Gnar. So we'll go to combat, and we will attack like this. Opponent could have another Divine Arrow, though I think they would have attacked if they did. I just don't want to risk Frondland Felidar. Okay, opponent plays a Mountain. And a Day Squad Marshal. Okay, on my opponent's end step, we'll tap the Valiant Rescuer. Ooh, Glowstone Recluse. Yeah, let's do that. If we draw an untapped land, this is going to be really painful for our opponent. Put this underneath. Add 3 1/1 counters to the Dreamtail Heron. Ooh, not looking good for our opponent here. Attack for 7 in the air. Okay, opponent's got to have a pacifism or some kind of hard removal here. And opponent, seeing no way out, scoops it up. Alrighty. So let's claim our prize. 6 packs, 3,000 gems. We do level up. We get some packs. Excellent. Alright. Let's see what we get, shall we? We'll start with the Ravnica Allegiance pack. I have all the cards in this one, so I'm just going to get 20 gems. That's fine. Throne of Eldraine, what do we get? Ah, Linden, Steadfast Queen. Time for the Ikoria packs. Pack number 1, we get Ketria Trio. Pack number 2, we get Whirlwind of Thought. Pack number 3, we get Yorion, Sky Nomad. Pack number 4, Cheville, Bane of Monsters. Pack number 5, Sagoth Triumph. Am I counting wrong? I feel like I'm counting wrong. I'm going to stop counting because now I'm self-conscious about my counting. We get the Ozolith. Last 2, here we go. We get Zerda, the Dawnmaker. Dawnmaker, didn't see. And finally, we get Karuga, the Macro Sage. Alright, well we did pretty good that time. If you guys enjoy this content and you want to see more like it, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. You can also follow me on Twitch to catch me when I go live. At the same username, you can find me here on YouTube. So, like I said, there's probably going to be more Limited coming up. I've got a couple of jank decks that I do want to play, but I don't know if they're going to be like good enough to actually like not just immediately lose with. So we will see. I really hope Wizards does something about the metagame, more than just fixing the Legacy and Vintage metagames, which they need to do, but like, I'm hoping they do something for Modern and soon. Anyway, yeah, without any further ado, I'll let you get back to your day. I hope you all have a good one. You're all wonderful human beings, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!